Hey guys, welcome to just a quick review that's just going to be an in-between video, like for the Magic Railroad review, to hold you guys over until that video comes out. But Black Mesa, really good remake of Half-Life, like really good. Like there is so much here that has been redone in Source that it for me kind of makes the original game almost obsolete, but there is always going to be a reason to play that game for its significance in the gaming market and for the and for just it being a good shooter. But what do I like about Black Mesa? Well, the shooting definitely felt better than the original, though I kind of preferred like the Glock in the original just a little bit. Maybe I just like the sounds more. But the shotgun was, in my opinion, a little worse. Didn't feel as powerful, so at least with the sound, it didn't feel as powerful. And the other guns, the glue-on gun, I feel like is even more broken, and he uses less ammo, which kind of makes certain things a little too easy, but overall it doesn't break the experience. And the crowbar, thank God, doesn't get obsolete like after you get the MP5, like it sometimes would in the original. For the most part, the crowbar is good until the end game, and that can be said for the original, but I don't see many people use the crowbar after Office Complex or like after We Got Hostiles. So speaking of We Got Hostiles, those enemies, the AI for a lot of the alien enemies I think are almost like the originals, but they're kind of better, except head crabs. I find them even worse than they are in Half-Life 2. They were a little bit better than the original, and you can't one thing you can't do on enemy corpses is chainsaw death them with the crowbar anymore. But, you know, that was just a glitch in the original. But back on top of the enemy AI, the security guard AI is a lot more useful, especially because I think they still have infinite ammo. I could be wrong. So, you know, that's always useful. The scientists aren't as dumb or as horribly ironically funny with their bit crunch sounds. In Black Mesa, they're way more smart. They aren't just running around like idiots for the most part. And you still have the decision to shoot every person who works at Black Mesa, so there's still that semblance of freedom in the game. But the HECU, oh god, they're so bad. Like, they're the worst enemies in the game, and you're fighting these things for the majority of the game. They are just awful. The one little quirk about the original grunts in Half-Life were that they couldn't move and like they couldn't shoot and do stuff at the same time. Like, they couldn't move and shoot. So what, you know, when they're reloading or shooting you, or like when they're not shooting you, I guess, because you don't want to get shot, you can go in and like while they're reloading or repositioning and shoot them then. And also their AI was a lot more clever, I think, in the original, or at least it was a lot more impressive, because they would actually try to flank you, and they'd also bundle up in the groups and try to really flush you out with grenades and other tactics. In Black Mesa, that kind of just are way too much like the Combine, and they just kind of run at you and throw their lives away. And they still got hit scanners. At least I think they still have hit scanners, because their shots almost always landed on me, so I'm just gonna assume that it's hit scanning, which I thought we were past that point in the FPS industry, you know, especially with modern shooters like Wolfenstein and Doom and the new COD games. Okay, maybe not that last one. But yeah, it's just that their AI is so aggressive as well. Like they throw way more like grenades than they did in the original, and it's just so annoying. These guys kill you a lot faster. There's one point in a certain chapter of the game. I can't remember what it's called. It's the one where Joel from Vinesauce killed security guard Barney with a pizza. Throw that on screen. Yeah, but when they're dropping in from the roof, there are so many that I died like how many times. I don't have footage of it because most of the footage you're seeing in this video is actually just clips from YouTube. It should say whose channel this footage is from in the description and on the video itself, but you know, they're so aggressive in this section that it's really hard to just live. And when these guys stopped showing up, when they finally left Black Mesa, I was so happy. But at the same time, I knew that also once I got to Zen, I'd have to find the controllers. Speaking of Zen, the first 2 or 3 hours, I think, of Zen, like the first chapter at least, was pretty good for the most part. But after that, it just drags on. The original Zen was only an hour. It was longer for me when I played it. Maybe just because I was playing Half-Life Source. But it just drags on, especially once I got to Interloper. I just wanted it to end. I really didn't like it. The plug puzzles are really annoying, and the controllers were just the glue-on guns bitch, because oh god, these levels just give you infinite glue-on ammo for the most part. One even gives you fucking infinite health. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You made this so hard that you had to give me infinite life. What the fuck? And the final boss is a complete pushover. Like the whole fight is literally just dodging projectiles. They aren't hit scanners, thank God. It isn't as bad, well, especially because they have this the Nihilith does this weird, I guess, meteor attack, which it's fire, and that thing kind of stretches his arms about. That reminds me of something. Oh god, it's the Archviles all over again. But it's just a pushover. It doesn't feel like a final climactic fight for the most part. It feels like Baby's first Half-Life boss. It doesn't even feel like that. It feels like Baby's first video game boss. But other than the stuff I listed, the rest of the game is really good. The visuals are nice. For the most part, the source engine is used to really good effect, and the story is completely intact with all of its emotional beats. I think they're actually stronger here for some points than they were in the original due to the up-end presentation. And this is way better than Half-Life Source. Now, do I think it's better than Half-Life 2? Again, no. I think I already said that I didn't like this more than Half-Life 2, but or the original, but it's definitely better than Half-Life Source, which, in my opinion, is one of the worst ports, if not the worst port. Now, up there with Sonic Adventure DX and Angel of Darkness on the PC. But I think that's all I really have to say for this video. Sorry for a lot of the stuttering. I'm trying to make quick reviews a little more relaxed and not overly like, ooh, gotta redo the take. I'm trying to be more honest with you guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick video. Sorry it was almost as long as my previous video, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.